Hello student, today we are going to learn subtraction by borrowing. This is part of chapter number 4, subtraction, 4th standard mathematics. First example, let us solve 9072 minus 7548. We have to solve this subtraction. This subtraction is by borrowing. Now start from unit place. First we can do the vertical arrangement of this subtraction and then solve. Now here 8 units and these are 2 units. We do not subtract 8 units from 2 units. Therefore we can borrow from tens. Here 7 tens. We can borrow 1 10. Then how many tens remaining here? 6 tens. And here 110 means 10 units and this 2 units 12 units. Now 12 units minus 8 units, how many units remaining? 4. Now 6 tens minus 4 tens, how many tens remaining? 2. Now 100. 0, 100 minus 500, this is possible? Not. We do not subtract 500 from 0, 100. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here now 9000. We can borrow 1000. Then how many thousands remaining here? 8000. Now 1000 means 10 100 and 0 hundreds means 10 100. Now 10 100 minus 500, how many hundreds remaining? 5. Now 1000. 8000 minus 7000, how many thousands remaining? 1. The answer is 1524. Understood? Now see the next example. Solve 5000 minus 967. Now we here do vertical arrangement and start subtraction from unit place. Here 0 unit minus 7 unit, this is possible? Not. We do not subtract 7 units from the 0 unit. Therefore we can borrow from tens. Here 0 tens, therefore we cannot borrow from this tens. Then we can borrow 100. Here 0 100, here also we cannot borrow. Then here for this 0 hundreds we can borrow from 1000. Here how many thousands? 5. We can borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining? 4. Now if we borrow 1000, here 1000 means 10 hundred. Understood? Here 10 hundreds. Now here 10 hundreds and here 0 tens, we have to borrow 100 from this 10 hundreds. Then how many hundreds here? 9. We can borrow here 100 means 10 tens. Now here 0 units, therefore we can borrow from this tens. Here 10 tens, we can borrow 110. How many tens remaining? 9. And here 1 tens means 10 units. Now this 10 units minus 7 units, how many units remaining? 3. 9 tens minus 6 tens, how many tens remaining? 3. Now 900 minus 900, how many hundreds remaining? 0. And 4000. The answer is 4033. Understood? Now we solve exercise on this subtraction by borrowing. See, on exercise, first question is subtract. We have to do subtraction. First example, 4215 minus 2649. We have to do here subtraction. Now start from unit place. This 9 units do not subtract from 5 units. 5 is small and 9 is a big. Therefore, we can borrow from tens. If we borrow 1 10, then how many tens remaining here? 0. Now 1 10 plus 5 units, how many units? 15 units. Now 15 units minus 9 units, how many units remaining? Let's count. We count after the 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many remaining? Again count. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 means 6 units remaining. Now tens. Here 0 tens and these are 4 tens. This is a big, therefore we cannot subtract. Again we can borrow from this 100. We can borrow 100 from this 200. How many hundreds remaining here? 1. And here we get 100 means 10 tens. Now this 10 tens minus 4 tens, how many tens remaining? 6. Now hundreds. This 600 cannot be subtracted from this 100. Therefore, we can borrow from 1000. We can borrow 1000 from this 4000. Then how many thousands remaining? 3. 1000 means 10 hundreds plus 1. How many hundreds? 11. Now 11 hundreds minus 6. How many remaining? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5. Now 3000 minus 2000. How many thousands remaining? 1. Understood? Now see the next example. 7123 minus 5784. Start from unit place. 3 units minus 4 units. This is possible? Not. Therefore, we can borrow from tens. We borrow 1 tens. How many tens remaining? 1. Here we get 13. 13 units minus 4 units. How many units remaining? Let's count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We get 9. Now 110 minus 810. This is not possible. Therefore, we can borrow from this 100. We borrow 100. Then how many hundreds remaining here? 0. Here we get 11 tens. Now 11 tens minus 8 tens. How many tens remaining? 3. Now 0 100 minus 700. This is not possible. Therefore, we can borrow from this 1000. Here 7000. We borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining? 6. Here we get 1000 means 10 hundreds. 10 minus 7. How many? 3 hundreds. Now 6000 minus 5000. Remaining 1000. The answer is 1339. Now next example. 3014 minus 2527. Start from unit place. These 7 units cannot be subtracted from these 4 units. Therefore, we can borrow from this tens. Here 1 tens. We can borrow 1 10. Here how many tens remaining? 0. Now here we get 14 units. 14 units minus 7 units. How many units remaining? 7. Now 0 tens minus 2 tens. This is not possible. Therefore, we can borrow from 100. Here 100 is 0. We cannot borrow from this. Therefore, we can borrow from 1000. Here 3000. We can borrow 1000. Then how many thousand remaining here? 2. Here we borrow 1000 means tens 100. Now we can borrow 100 from this 10 hundreds. How many hundreds remaining here? 9. And here we get 10 tens. Now 10 tens minus 2 tens. How many tens remaining? 8. 900 minus 500. How many hundred remaining? 4. Now 2000 minus 2000. Get 0,000. The answer is 487. Now next example, 6325 minus 758. Now start from unit place. 5 units minus 7, 8 units. This is not possible. We can borrow from this tens. Here 2 tens, we borrow 1 tens. How many tens remaining? 1. And here we get 15 units. 15 units minus 8 units. How many units remaining? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 7. Now 1 tens minus 5 tens. This is not possible. Therefore we can borrow from 100. Here 300s, we borrow 100. How many 100 remaining here? 2. Here we get 11 tens. Now 11 tens minus 5 tens. How many tens remaining? Let's count. 6 tens. Now 200 minus 700. This is not possible. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here 6000. We borrow 1000. How many thousand remaining here? 5. 1000 means 1000 plus 200. We get 1200. 1200 minus 700. How many hundred remaining? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 500s. And here 5 as it is. The answer is 5567. Understood the subtraction problem by borrowing? Now see the next question. Arrange vertically and subtract. We have to arrange the given subtraction vertically and then solve. First example, 3245 minus 1127. We can arrange this problem vertically then solve. Now 5 units minus 7 units. This 7 is bigger and 5 is small. Therefore we can borrow. We can borrow this tens. Here 4 tens. We borrow 1 tens. How many tens remaining here? 3. Now here we get 15 units. Now 15 units minus 7 units. How many units remaining? 8. Now tens. 3 tens minus 2 tens. We get 110. Now 200 minus 100. 100. 3000 minus 1000. We get 1000. The answer is 1118. Now next question. 6007 minus 2345. Start from unit place. 7 units minus 5 units. How many units remaining? 2. Now 0 tens minus 4 tens. This is not possible. We can borrow from 100. Here 0 100. Therefore we cannot borrow from this 100 because here 0 means 100 have nothing. Therefore first we can borrow from 1000. Here 6000. We borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining here? 5. Here we get 10 hundreds. Now we can borrow 100 from this 10 hundreds. Then how many hundreds remaining? 9. Here we get 10 tens. Now 10 tens minus 4 tens. How many tens remaining? 6. Now 900 minus 300. How many hundreds remaining? 6. 5000 minus 2000. How many thousands remaining? 3. Now answer is 3662. Now third example, 6037 minus 4043. Now we subtract this by doing vertical arrangement. Start from unit place. 7 units minus 3 units. How many units remaining? 4. 3 tens minus 4 tens. How many tens remaining? This is possible? Not possible because 3 is small and 4 is big. Therefore we can borrow from 100. Here 100 have 0. Therefore we cannot borrow from this. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here 6000. We can borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining here? 5. Here we get 10 hundreds. Now here 10 hundreds. We can borrow 1 100, then how many 100 here remaining? 9, and here we get 13 tens. Now 13 tens minus 4 tens, how many tens remaining? 9. Now 900 minus 000, we get 900. 5000 minus 4000, we get 1000. The answer is 1994. Understood? Now next example, 4752 minus 2384. Start from unit place. 2 units minus 4 units, this is possible? Not. Therefore we can borrow from tens place. Here 5 tens, we can borrow 1 tens. How many tens remaining? 4. And here we get 12 units. Now 12 units minus 4 units. Let's see the next example. 4752 minus 2384. See, in this example we see 12 units minus 4 units. How many units remaining? 8 units. Now 4 tens minus 8 tens, this is not possible. We can borrow from 100. Here 700, we can borrow 100. How many hundreds remaining here? 6. Now here we get 14 tens. Now 14 tens minus 8 tens, how many tens remaining? 6. Now 600 minus 300, how many hundred remaining? 3. Now 1000, 4000 minus 2000, how many thousands remaining? 2. The answer is 2366. Now next example, 5th. 4004 minus 3156. Now start from unit place. 4 units minus 6 units, possible? Not. We can take borrow from tens. Here 0 tens, we cannot borrow. Then 100, here 0 we cannot borrow. Now 1000, here 4000, we can borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining here? 3. Here we get, we can borrow 1000 means 10 hundreds. Now we can borrow here 100 from this 10 how many hundred remaining here? 9, and here we get 10 tens. Now here we can borrow 110 from this 10 tens, then how many tens remaining? 9 tens, and here we get 14 units. Now 14 units minus 6 units, how many get? How many remainings? 8. Now 9 tens minus 5 tens, how many tens remaining? 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 tens. Now 900 minus 100, 800. Now 3000 minus 3000, 0. The answer is 848. Now next example, 8042 minus 3129. Start from unit place. This 9 unit is bigger than this 2 unit. Therefore we can borrow from tens. Here 410, we can borrow 110. How many tens remaining here? 3. 1 tens means 10 units plus these 2 units, we get 12 units. Now 12 units minus now 9 units, how many units remaining? 3. 3 tens minus 2 tens, 110 remaining. Now 0 minus 100, this is not possible. We can borrow from 1000. Here 8000, we borrow 1000. Here remains 7000. Here we borrow 1000. 1000 means 10 hundreds. Now 10 hundreds minus 100, 9 hundreds remaining. 7000 minus 3000, how many thousands remaining? See, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4000. The answer is 4913. Understood? Now see the next example. 6524 minus 2656. Now start from unit place. 4 units minus 6 unit. This is not possible. We can borrow from 2 tens. We borrow 1 tens. Then how many tens remaining here? 1. Here we get 14 units. 14 units minus 6 unit. here remain 8 units. Now tens, 1 tens minus 5 tens, this is not possible. We can borrow 100 from this 500. How many hundreds remaining here? 4, and this we get 11 tens. Now 11 tens minus 5 tens, how many tens remaining? 6. Now 400 minus 600, this is not possible. 6 is a big and 4 is a small, therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here 6000, we borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining? 5. Here we get 1400. Now 1400 minus 600, how many hundreds remaining? 8. Now 5000 minus 2000, how many thousands remaining? 3. The answer is 3868. Understood? Now next example, 5305 minus 2169. Start from unit place. 5 units minus 9 units. This 9 is big and this 5 is small. We can borrow from tens. Here 0 tens. There we can borrow from 100. Here 300. We can borrow 100. Here how many hundreds remaining? 2. And here we get 10 tens. Now we can borrow from this 10 tens. We borrow 1 ten. How many tens remaining? 9. And here we get 15 units. Now 15 units minus 9 units, how many units remaining? Let's count. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. 6 units remaining. Now 9 tens minus 6 tens, we get 3 tens. 200 minus 100, we get 100. 5000 minus 2000, the answer is 3000. The answer is 3136. Understood? Now see the next example. 6052 minus 2763. Start from unit place. This 3 is big and 2 is small, therefore we can borrow from tens. Here 5 tens, we borrow 1 ten. How many tens remaining? 4. Here we get 12 units. 12 units minus 3 units, 9 units. Here 4 tens minus 6 tens, this is possible? Not. We can borrow from 100. Here 0 100. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here 6000. We borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining here? 5. Here we get 10 hundreds. Now 10 hundreds we can borrow 100. Here how many hundreds remaining? 9. Here we get 14 tens. Now 14 tens minus 6 tens, how many tens remaining? 8. Now 900 minus 700, we get 2. 5000 minus 2000, we get 3000. The answer is 3289. Now next example, 8235 minus 4192. Start from unit place. 5 units minus 2 units, remaining 3 units. Now 3 tens minus 9 tens, this is possible? Not. We can borrow from 100. Here 200, we borrow 100. How many hundreds remaining here? 1. And here we get 13 tens. Now 13 tens minus 9 tens, how many tens remaining? 4. Now 100 minus 100, 0. 800 minus 400, we get 8000 minus 4000, 4000. The answer is 4043. Now next example, 4000 minus 3999. Start from unit place. Here 0 units and these are 9 units. Therefore we can borrow tens. Here also 0 10. Then we can borrow from 100. Here 0 100. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here how many thousand? 4000. We borrow 1000. How many thousand remaining here? 3. We get here 1000. Now we can borrow from 1000. We can borrow 100 from this 1000. How many hundred remaining here? 9. Here we get 10 tens. Now we can borrow 1 10 from this 10 tens. How many tens here remaining? 9. Here we get 10 units. Now 10 units minus 9 units, remaining 1 units. 9 tens minus 9 tens, 0 tens. 900 minus 900, 0. 3000 minus 3000, 0. The answer is 1. Now next example. 8020 minus 5432. Now start from unit place. This 0 unit minus 2 unit is not possible. We can borrow from this 2 tens. Here 2 tens. We can borrow 1 ten. How many tens remaining here? 1. Here we get 10 units. Now 10 units minus 2 unit. How many units remaining? 8. Now 1 10 minus 3 10. This is possible? Not. We can borrow from 100. Here 0 100. Therefore we can borrow from 1000. Here 8000 we borrow 1000. How many thousands remaining? 7. Here we get 10 100. Now here we can borrow 100. Here remains 900 and here we get 11 units. Now 11 units minus 3 units. How many units remaining? Let's count. 4 5 6 7 8. 4 5 6 7 8. 9 10 11. How many units tens remaining? 8. Now 100. Here 900 minus 400. How many 100 remaining? Let's count. 5 6 7 8 9. 500. Now 1000. 7000 minus 5000. How many thousands remaining? 2000. The answer is 2588. Understood? First we see, here we can take borrow. Here in this, here 0 units, 0 10, 0 100. Therefore we can borrow first from 1000, then 100, then 10, then we get unit. Okay, thank you for watching the video.